My wife posted, "Finally leaving my oppressive husband for my true love." I liked the post. Then I canceled her business credit cards and changed the office locks. Her true love vanished when the funds dried up. I'm 38, male, and saw the post while working late in my office at 9 p.m. on a Thursday, wrapping up quarterly reports for our advertising firm when the notification appeared. My wife, Lena, 35, had just declared to her 800 followers that she was leaving me for her true love, Felix. The post was a work of fiction. After years of being stifled and undervalued, I'm choosing love over security. Felix sees the real me, the creative force behind our company's success, not just the assistant my husband claims I am. Time to soar. New chapter, real love, know your value. The comments poured in, her Pilates group praising her courage, her sister, Vanessa, labeling me a typical controlling man who couldn't handle a powerful woman. I read it twice, then liked it. Lena texted me 30 seconds later. "Did you actually just like my post about leaving you?" "Yeah, congrats. When are you moving out?" "That's it? No pleading? No asking me to rethink?" "Nope, you chose. I respect it." She typed and stopped for about 5 minutes. Finally, "I'll grab my stuff tomorrow. I deserve half the business, FYI. I didn't reply. Instead, I accessed our business accounts. Here's what Lena didn't grasp. The advertising firm was mine, founded 5 years before we met. She joined as creative director after we married, a title I gave her to make her feel valued. She handled social media and occasionally made a brochure. I managed clients, contracts, finances, everything that kept the business running. But I'd been generous. Gave her company credit cards, office access, even let her hire her friend Felix as a consultant 6 months ago. Funny how that worked out. By 10 p.m., I'd canceled both company credit cards in her name, changed all business account passwords, revoked her access to our client database, contacted the building manager to change the office locks, scheduled for 7 a.m., emailed clients a professional note about restructuring without mentioning her, and backed up all our servers. Then I went home and slept soundly. Woke up to 52 texts. The first 20 were variations of, "Why are my cards declining?" The rest were increasingly frantic voice-to-text rants about how I was financially abusing her and stealing her company. The best one? Felix says this is illegal. You can't cut off my livelihood, your livelihood. Interesting take for someone who hadn't secured a single client in 3 years. Update 1. The entitlement escalated faster than anticipated. Day 1. Lena arrived at the office with Felix in a moving van. The new locks were already in place. She banged on the door for 20 minutes while I worked inside. She started kicking the door, so I called building security. "This is my office," she yelled at the guard. "Ma'am, you're not on the lease." "Only Mr. Carter." "I'm Mrs. Carter." "Per your post, not for long," I called through the door. Felix tried to look tough, hard to pull off at 5 feet 7 inches with a top knot. "Let her get her stuff, man." "Her personal items are boxed in the lobby. The desk, computer, and equipment are company property." Lena hurled the boxes at the door. "I don't want my stuff. I want my company." Security escorted them out. Day 2. She contacted our top client directly, claiming she was launching her own firm and they should join her since she was the creative genius behind their campaigns. The client called me, confused. "Didn't Lena just post about leaving you? Why is she saying she owns your firm?" Mental breakdown, I think. "Please don't engage. No problem. Honestly, we always wondered what she did. You're the one we work with day 3. This morning, my business banker called. "Mr. Carter, someone tried accessing your business account in person, claiming to be your wife needing emergency funds. We didn't share anything, but you should know. She also tried applying for a business loan using your company's EIN. We flagged it as potential fraud." This afternoon, Lena sent an itemized bill, seriously. 3 years of creative direction, $450,000. Brand development, $75,000. Emotional labor, $100,000. Lost future earnings, $500,000. Total, $1,125,000. I replied with my own invoice. Office rent she never paid, $0 since I covered it. Salary she earned for minimal work, $165,000. Personal charges on company cards, $47,832. Payments to her consultant boyfriend, $36,000. Looks like you owe me $248,832. I'll accept a check. She blocked my number. But the real comedy began when Felix realized the cash flow was gone. Update 2. Felix showed his true colors quickly. Per Lena's Instagram, she forgot to block me from the company account. They were crashing at his place. The aesthetic drop from our modern home to his cramped studio was stark. She went from posting in our sleek kitchen to selfies with his gaming setup. But she kept up the act. Love doesn't need wealth, just two hearts aligning. Sure, Lena, hence the gas station coffee instead of your usual $8 almond milk latte. Then I got a surprise call from Marcus, who runs the design studio next to my office. Yo, your wife came in asking if we're hiring. Said she's a top-tier creative director with years of experience. What did you say? Asked for her portfolio. She showed me 5 Instagram posts and a food truck flyer. I said we'd call, "You're not, are you?" No way. But her boyfriend was with her. He pulled me aside, asked if I knew anyone needing a motivational coach, showed me a certificate from some online course he took last week. Their job hunt wasn't going well. Meanwhile, vendors started calling. Lena had promised them future work once she took over the company. A printer asked about 5,000 business cards she ordered, labeled Lena Carter, CEO. Send her the bill, I said. She's not with this company. But she said you'd pay. Did she provide a purchase order? Written authorization? Company card? No, she said she'd pay when she took over next week. That's between you and her. The printer wasn't pleased, nor were the 3 other vendors she'd made similar promises to. Day 5. Lena tried a new tactic, filing for spousal support, claiming I'd forced her to abandon her thriving career to work for free at my company. My lawyer chuckled. She's been paid $55,000 a year plus bonuses. I have the pay stubs. Also, what thriving career? Her last job before you married was part-time at a gift shop. Can she claim part of the business? Premarital asset, never commingled, 0 claim. She might get temporary support, but with her public announcement of leaving you for another man. Good luck. Day 6. The real fun started. Felix's ex-girlfriend messaged me on social media. Is your soon-to-be ex with Felix Grant? Unfortunately. LOL, good luck to her. He owes me $3,000. Said he was investing it in his coaching business. Spent it on concert tickets and vape pens. He only dates women with money. When I cut him off, he was gone in a week. How long did that take? As long as it took me to realize his business was just him ranting about manifesting while gaming all day. I thanked her and dug deeper. Felix had a pattern. 3 ex-girlfriends, all of whom he'd lived with, all of whom had bankrolled him. One even tried suing him for $15,000 he'd borrowed for another venture. I forwarded everything to my lawyer, just in case. Day 7. Lena's facade crumbled. She showed up at my house with her sister and a police officer, claiming I was blocking her from her belongings. The cop looked exhausted before we spoke. Sir, your wife says you've locked her out of her home. Officer, she posted online that she left me for another man. She's been living with him for a week. Her belongings are in the bedroom ready to collect. He's lying! Lena shrieked. He's hiding assets. There's money in the safe. What safe? I asked, genuinely puzzled. The one in the office. You mean the filing cabinet with client contracts? The officer sighed. Ma'am, are there specific items here that are yours? The whole house. I decorated it. I made it homey. Is your name on the deed? Silence. I let them in to grab her clothes and personal items. Lena tried taking the 65-inch TV. "That's mine," I said calmly. "We watched it together. I have the receipt from 2 years before we met." She moved to the kitchen appliances. "These are mine. I cook. Receipts in my email, bought during my single days." The officer was done. "Ma'am, take your clothes and personal items." That's it. As they left, Lena grabbed my grandmother's porcelain set from the dining room display. "Those are family heirlooms," I said. "You never use them." "Still not yours." She smashed them on the floor, every piece shattered. The officer arrested her for vandalism. Vanessa screamed I was probably abusive and drove her to it. The cop shook his head and put Lena in the car. Update 3. Lena was released on bail. Felix didn't pay it. Her parents did. She jumped back on social media with a new story. I was a manipulative narcissist who'd trapped her in a financial cage. But Felix showed his true self. I got a DM from someone named Rachel with screenshots of Felix on a dating app. Profile: single entrepreneur seeking a queen who knows her value. He was actively dating while living with Lena. My friend Leo, who works at a high-end restaurant, recognized Felix from Lena's Instagram. "Bro, it was brutal. He tried paying with a card that got declined 3 times. His date paid. Then he pitched her on investing in his motivational academy. She left before dessert." Meanwhile, Lena was spiraling. She'd applied to 12 agencies, no callbacks. "I help my ex-husband sometimes," isn't a resume. She started a crowdfunding campaign, claiming I'd financially destroyed her. It raised $45 from her mom. Monday morning, I arrived at my office to find Lena had set up a card table in the lobby with a sign, "Lena Carter Creative Solutions, the true talent behind Carter Advertising." She was trying to poach my clients as they arrived. Security was already handling it, but I let her stay briefly. Watched her pitch a client coming for a meeting. "You know I was the creative mind, right?" He just took credit. The client glanced at me, then her. "Didn't you make that brochure with the typo that cost us a reprint?" "That was the printer's fault." "You spelled boutique with 2 T's. Security escorted her out when she started shouting about everyone being brainwashed by toxic masculinity. That afternoon, Felix called me directly. First time. "Hey man, we gotta talk." "No, we don't. Lena's struggling. Maybe you could help? Like a severance or something." "Why would I do that?" "Because you loved her once? Is this about her or your rent being due?" Long pause. "She said she was getting half the business." "She lied." "She said she had savings." "She lied." "She said, Felix, she lied about everything. You thought you scored a sugar mama. You got a parasite. Now you're both parasites." Poetic. He hung up. That night, Lena posted a rant about men bullying women out of business ownership, tagging me, my company, and several industry blogs. My lawyer sent a cease and desist within an hour. Final update. The conclusion was more pitiful than dramatic. The legal issues resolved quickly. Lena's vandalism charge was pleaded down to a fine and community service. The divorce was simple. No kids, premarital business, clear evidence of infidelity. She got 2 months of temporary support at $1,200 a month. That's it. The real closure came from Felix's ex, who sent one last screenshot. Felix texting her, "Hey babe, been thinking about us. Made mistakes. Coffee?" Timestamp, 3 days after Lena's $1,200 support was approved. She forwarded it to Lena. "Your true love's hunting his next meal ticket." Lena called me sobbing at 2 a.m. Real tears, not the fake ones. "He's texting other women." "I know." "You knew? Why didn't you tell me? Would you have believed me?" Silence. "He asked to be added to my bank account for our future." "Did you?" "I only have $3,000 left." "Did you or didn't you?" Yeah. Then you have $0. Check your account. Frantic typing, then a wail. How'd you know? Because that's Felix's game. His ex told me everything. You left me for a scam artist. Congrats. Can you? No. You didn't let me ask? You were asking for money. The answer's no. This is your fault. If you hadn't cut me off. Lena, you announced to the world you were leaving me, smashed my grandmother's porcelain, tried to steal my business. You made your choices. I'll be homeless. Your parents have a house. Your sister has a place. You have options. Felix changed his locks. That's between you two. She hung up, posted another rant about narcissistic exes who revel in women's suffering. Deleted it an hour later when her mom commented, "Maybe come home and stop airing your mess online." The aftermath. Lena moved in with her parents, now working for her sister's candle MLM, posting about boss lady vibes to a shrinking audience. Felix vanished. His social media went dark. Someone said he moved 2 states away to live with a woman he met online who owns a bakery. Good luck to her. My business thrived. Some clients had been wary of Lena's erratic ideas and typo-riddled designs. Without her, we secured 3 major new accounts. I hired a real creative director with an actual portfolio. The difference is staggering. Marcus from next door and I grab drinks sometimes. He loves retelling the story of Lena's 5-post portfolio. It's legendary in our building. My lawyer framed the cease and desist letter next to my divorce decree, calling it his favorite case of the year. Yesterday, I got a LinkedIn request from Lena. Experienced creative visionary seeking new opportunities, listing CEO Carter Advertising, 2019 to 2024. I screenshot it, sent it to my lawyer. He replied with laughing emojis. I reported the profile for false information and blocked her. Life's great now, calm, productive, drama-free. My business is booming. I'm dating someone with her own career, and I replaced my grandmother's porcelain with a new set I actually use. To anyone dealing with an entitled ex who thinks they own what you built, document everything. Don't feed the drama. Let them unravel on their own. When someone shows you who they are by leaving for a true love they're cheating with, believe them. Let them go. And definitely change those locks. Oh, and Lena, since I know you're lurking from fake accounts, Felix's new girlfriend just posted from Hawaii. Looks like he found his meal ticket. Wasn't you though, was it?